From the beginning of time, the world has operated on status quo. Status quo being culture, traditions, history, the way of life passed down from our forefathers, from our foremothers, from people that have existed before us. This status quo is the way of life that has been passed down onto us. And sometimes, many times, the status quo is good, that we have to, maintain it. But few times, the status quo is negative, is bad. And when you find out that the status quo is bad, that the culture is bad, the onus lies on us, the up-and-coming generation, to see how we can fix it or how we can, put a stop to it. And then so we don't end up passing it down to the next generation. And then this ill cycle, this bad culture and tradition and way of life continues. Hey, precious people. If this is your first time watching any of my videos, I welcome you. My name is Precious Mwadero, and welcome to Precious People Relate. I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I am a woman that is passionate. I'm a life coach. I am, by the grace of God, restoring God's love and hope into our lives, into our relationships, our marriage, And today we are relating. If you see the picture I had of me, first of all, carrying my bag, like when somebody asks you to pack your bag and leave, or when you're traveling somewhere. But there's a picture of a girl that went home, packed a few of her bags, and went home to see her mother. And now I am breaking down this video because this video has been in circulation for over a year and a half. And every time I see this video, it hits me. And I'm like, God, and I see what people write and what people type. And when I read their comments and I ask God, I say, why? God said, well, I have given you something to say about this. And I think it's high time for you to say it. And I want you to listen to this video today with an open mind, because we can only complain so much about how bad things are without doing something to see how we can fix it. So I hope that this video will bless you today. Now, this girl, I will tell us the story. Now, this girl went home. She packed a few of her clothes and her baggages and went home. And she knocked on the door and her mother answered the door. And she said, Mama, I have come back home. And Mama said, what did you come to do? And she said, I'm leaving my husband. And the mother said, why? Where are you coming to? She said, I'm coming to my father's house. And the mother said, no, what father's house? This is my husband's house. So you go back to your husband's house. And the girl said, no, Mama, my husband cheated on me. And the mother said, what do you mean by he cheated on you? Is it not because of your nagging attitude, your blah, 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 and that's what made him cheat on you? You didn't give him peace of mind, and that's what made him become unfaithful? And the girl said, no, Mama, I can't go back. And the mother said, why? Why can't you go back? And she said, because I found condom in his pocket, Mama. And the mother said, how can you? And so what if you find that in his pocket? And so what? Me, myself, I have seen worse than that. And the girl said, Mama, you're a woman like me. How will you feel if you find that kind of thing with Papa? And the mother said, oh, I saw that. I saw that and more. I saw your father, my husband, on top of many women. I saw him doing a whole lot of things, but I stayed and I protected, the marriage. I fought for my marriage so that you will not come out of a broken family. And the girl said, but Mama, why didn't my husband think of the family units? Why didn't he think of the repercussion and the consequences of his action before stepping outside the marriage? Why didn't he think of our daughter? Now, this was the girl asking the mother. The mother didn't have any answer for that. She said, well, all I know is go back to your home and go and fight for your marriage before your husband comes out and finds out that you left. And the girl said, okay, Mama, let me come inside. Let me come inside first and take a little rest. I'm tired. And the mother said, no, I'm not opening the door for you. Go back to your husband's house. So the mother, in a way, covered her husband's infidelity, that the children did not know what was happening. So now I'm going to break this down. Because for the good side, the mother did good by advising the girl to go back and fix her marriage. But one thing is, it takes two to fight. It takes two to make something work. If one person is fighting and fighting and fighting, it's only a matter of time when the person gives up. It takes two to work on the marriage. So what we do not know is maybe her husband stopped and being unfaithful, and then stayed and worked on the marriage with the girl's mother, with mama. Nobody knows that, because I don't know if it's a video or a clip or on YouTube. I'm looking for the video to watch the full video to really understand this concept. But this is like a 2 or 3 minutes clip that everybody is clapping. And I'm saying this because before I made this video, I asked God and I said, I don't just want to make a video. Like every of my video, it's a message that I believe God wants to pass to us. And I believe there's a soul or two that God wants to touch. And I asked God, I said, what do you want us to learn from this video? Because it is one thing for us to clap and say, oh, go back to your husband, go back and fight for your marriage, without understanding why these things happen in marriages. On the good side, the mother advised her to go. And on the other side, she didn't even open the door for the daughter to come in and take a sip of water. And we know instances of women that have, we know instances of women that have been abused physically, emotionally, mentally, beaten, and they can't go back home because they believe if they go home, they know if they go home, the parents will open the doors for them. They are not financially stable to even secure an apartment for themselves. They know if they go home, the mother will say, go back to your husband's house. And sometimes they keep quiet and they take this abuse because there is nowhere for them to run to. So for a child to run to the mother, and the mother says go back and even refuses to open the door for her daughter to take a sip of water and take a rest, it makes me begin to wonder that what are we teaching our children? That marriage is literally do or die. That marriage is either you come out alive or you come out dead. That you don't have any hiding place even in your family. And then the mother told the girl, she said, what will happen to your daughter? Because the girl left. And I said, well, on the girl's side, she should have taken her daughter, because basically she is a caregiver. The husband goes to work. She is the one that stays home and takes care of the children. So if anything should happen in this instance, the primary caretaker of the household is the one that is in custody of the children and takes care of the children. So for you to leave and leave your child behind, that was where I said, oh, this young mother did not get it right. That was a good advice. Mother told her that, okay, where is your daughter? And that was a very good question, because, okay, when the husband goes to work, who will take care of the children, since she has decided to leave her marriage? Now, this topic is a very heavy topic. For almost a week now, I have been praying about this topic, because when it comes to infidelity and adultery in marriages, the status quo has always remained that men cannot keep it in their pants, that our men cannot be faithful, our husbands, our brothers, our fathers, that they cannot be faithful. They have lowered the bar for our men so low that it's like the society pretty much expects them to be philanderers. And I wonder, and I say, why is this so? And studies have shown that we are the things we see, the things that happen to us, the things that happen in us, the things that happen around us, one way or another. Many times we don't even know it. But the things we see between our parents, between our uncles, our aunties, is the way of life that seeps in through us. And when we grow up, we begin to behave in those like manners. So when a woman, now this message is for our mothers. I am speaking to mothers right now, because it is easy for you to mold a child when they are little than for you to try to fix a grown man. It is very easy. That's why the Bible said, train up a child in the way he should go, that when he is old, parents, the Bible did not say mothers, the Bible did not say fathers. This is to say that both the father and the mother is needed in raising the child. Society has always said, oh, it's the woman's job, it's the woman's job. And I say, please show me where it is in the Bible. Parents, train up your children. This is because a woman cannot make a man a man. It takes a man to raise a man. A woman can only teach a man, but it takes a man to show a man how to be a man. And how do you show a man? By discipline, by your own personal discipline, the way you live your life. And your children, your young boys see you. and they copy from you. The way you discipline yourself, the things you do, you show your boys how you treat their mother, how you treat your own mom as a man, how you treat your sisters, how you treat your aunties, how you treat your friends, how you treat the women in your life. That is what your boys will see, and that is what they will end up doing. This is tested and proven. We cannot continue to do things and live our life anyway and think that our boys will not grow up to do the same things that we have done simply because society allowed it. Now, let me pause here for a minute, because many times they have always put this thing called marriage in the hands of women. And I wonder, when I go on social media and I see page after page after page, post after post after post, if there are like 100 posts, like 90% are talking to women. And I wonder, when did God make marriage the institution that is left for the women to build, to nurture, to hold, to grow, and to keep together? This is a mantle that takes a man and a woman to grow together. But we have taken this institution called marriage and we have put it on the head of women, that the woman should suffer, the woman should this, and the woman should that. Now, I am not saying that women are perfect or that women are not are unfaithful or adulterous. Far from it. Because there are very good women that will cheat and sleep around, and they are good at it, and their husbands will not even know. But that is not the essence of this video today. This video today is, I am talking about our brothers, our fathers, and I am speaking to our mothers. When you have male children, how do you raise them? How do you teach them? Do you teach them from an early age how to treat a woman? Do you show them what it is like to be a woman? Teach your boys how to open the door for you. When you come back from the store, teach your boys how to come in and help you get the groceries in the car. When your child is of age, 7 years, 8 years, have you taught them how to wash the plate they used to eat? Have you taught your boys how to make their beds? Have you taught your boys that weekends is washing? When I was a child, every weekend, both boys and girls, the way my parents raised us, we have chores. We clean the window, we wash the car, we vacuum the floor, we mop the floor with our knees. We go on our knees with rag and we clean, we dust the chairs, both boys and girls. We cook, we do everything. Have you taught your boys what it is to be responsible as a mother, as the caregiver that most time is always at home? I know our mothers are going to work now, so that is a different thing. But even while we also go to work and come back, are you teaching your boys how to pick up after themselves? Or you see your children leaving clothes all over the house, do you teach them and say, no, you don't leave your clothes, you pick up after yourself? Mothers, those things you see your husband struggling with, are you teaching your boys how to do that? Oh, my children. I had to settle my child. So do you teach your boys all these things, or do you wonder and say, when they grow up? And I have heard many mothers say, don't worry, I'm praying for him, maybe when he grows up, when he gets married, he will change. I think mothers think that when their sons get married, or automatically the wife will fix him. They say, you have married him now, it's your job to change him. It's your job to tame him. Are we God that we can tame or mold or change a grown-up man? It is not our job to mold anybody. We are still struggling with our own personal faults and characters, and we have not even changed our own. So don't think that if your son marries, automatically he will change just like that. Characters and habits, it's possible, it is doable, but it takes him being mindful, and taking responsibility for his actions, because now he is married, he doesn't want to hurt his wife, and he doesn't want to break up his family. It takes him understanding this, and also the wife expecting more from him and demanding to be treated right. So mothers, we have to do our job to raise our boys. Catch them young when they are little boys. Catch them young. Teach them how to treat a woman. Let them learn from you. And I know that many times our mothers don't even know how. Some mothers don't know how to do this because they don't know how, because they weren't taught also. So it's like when your mother didn't teach you, and your grandmother didn't teach your mom, and your great grandmother did not teach your grandmother. So it's like this thing is being passed down. And also on the side of our boys, aside from our fathers showing the boys how to treat a woman with how they treat their mother and the women in their life, you speak to your boys. Fathers, you don't say, oh, because I used to do it when I was a young boy, and my sons knew I was philandering up and down. How can I call them? Now my son and the wife is fighting because of infidelity and quarreling, and I can't even say anything because your child will say, your papa, you used to do it, so what right do you have? No. The fact that you used to do something before doesn't mean that when you have found the light, that you cannot speak on it, that you cannot try to help other people to grow and come up higher, so that marriages will stop struggling. Because we keep thinking that it is just, it's only when they beat you, that's when you should leave a marriage. This May is mental health month. This thing they call mental, psychological, emotional trauma that many mothers go through. They are bitter and they end up raising daughters that also become bitter, or daughters that expect pretty much nothing because of what they saw around them. We have to raise the bar. This is something that men have to come together. It's not just something that only women will talk about or one or two people will talk about. Let us face our men. It is time for us to buckle down and fix this thing. These generational curses that we continue to pass down onto our children by the things we do, knowingly and unknowingly. It is time for us to sit up and call this thing out, call this infidelity out for what it is, and raise our boys right. Precious people, God will help us. I hope this video touches you. And if there's anything that is God lays in your heart to do, as a man that is unfaithful, do it. This video that you are watching is not by accident. If you are in fault of this, do it. One way you can do it is changing your circle, the friends you move with. If you used to go out in the night, you cut it down. If you go out to the restaurant, to the bars where you know the temptation is high, you stay in home. You make good memories with your wife. You build it with your wife. And let me tell you, those things you think those girls are doing for you, if you tell your wife, I'm telling you, 99% of women will be ready to do it for their husband. They are ready to do it for their husband. But we cannot know these things until you open up. Tell your wife where you are struggling, and together, prayerfully, you will fight for your marriage. Those friends that lure you to go and do things you shouldn't be doing, you cut away from those friends. At a time, you will be lonely, but ask God to bring men of standard, men of substance into your life that will show you how they overcame it, that will show you that it is possible for a man to be married and to be faithful. It is very, very possible. But first, you have to agree that what you are doing is wrong, and you ask for the grace of God to help you. And I am telling you, when you call on God to help you, He will help you. Because this institution called marriage is breaking apart. The rate of divorce right now is getting high. And we wonder why. Because you send your child to school. When you send your child to school, your child wants to become a lawyer, a doctor, an astronaut, or whatever it is they aspire to be. How do you think that after going to school, then she will just go and get married and then stay when she has seen the light, when she knows what love feels like, and then she goes into a home that she is treated in a way that shows that she is not respected, she is not valued, she is not protected, that she is not cared for? For how long will we keep treating this thing just like casual? For how long will this status quo continue? Hey, babe. Please stop, okay? Mom is making a video. For how long? This is a wrong foundation to build a marriage. To think that we can be married and we hold women to a different standard and we hold men to a different standard. This institution called marriage is breaking up. It's breaking up, and every day I weep. I weep for the next generation, the next 50 to the next 100 years. Everybody might just pretty much be single because they are just tired of what this marriage thing is. Wives, go on your knees and pray for your husbands. Mothers, pray for your children and teach your children what is right. And I believe that if we continue to do this, God will help us, and He will strengthen our marriages and our personal lives and our relationships, that we will understand that marriage is not just to get married and have children. There is a legacy that we are leaving behind. Sometimes good legacies, sometimes bad legacies. What will your legacy be as a father, as a husband, as a brother, as a son? What will your legacy be? Now, this is a question that I want to ask you. And mothers, what do you want your son's legacy to be when they grow up and eventually get married? I am not saying that when you do all these things, your marriage will be perfect, your children will be perfect. No, but let us do our parts and let God do the rest. He cannot do his own and do our own for us. Let us call a spade and not just an agricultural material. Let us call it what it is. And let us ask for mercy upon our home and mercy upon our husbands, our brothers, and our fathers. Precious people, I will see you in the next video. God bless you. Bye for now.